Dire team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team ban. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Clockwork!
Radiant team pick.
It's pretty nice actually. It's a bit cold, but it's not rainy anymore.
Legion
We've been going through the normal like April, May, early spring kind of
Radiant
weather, where it
team
goes
pick.
sunny to hailstorms to snow to rain to cold to hot. Today it's kind of it's weird honestly, it's a like European phenomenon. Like it happens in European cities where just the weather can't decide what's going on, so it just goes through all the seasons at once. You know,
Dire
for
team
fun, right?
pick.
Nice.
10
I bet it's
seconds
nice.
remaining.
I bet it's nice and warm over there. Hey.
5 seconds
Oh.
remaining.
Oh really?
Reserve time.
ProDotA Gaming, they come back into game number 2 and they stick with the clockwork. J4 loves it apparently. Can't get enough of the hero. He's crazy.
Yeah, it's still open. Can go to 3-3 if they want it to be in the off lane though. They ban out the Treant in the first phase, not the TB. I guess they feel that the vision and annoyance that Treant gave them. Also the living armor. Whenever PD wanted to try and chip away at towers, there was always that threat of living armor just taking it back up to full. It definitely was one of the key aspects of Vega's previous draft, but when you open up Warlock Legion Commander, I don't think you're too sad about losing out on the Treant. This has become one of the strongest dual off lanes in existence. If they want to run it that way. Equally can just have the Legion Commander buy Poor Man's Shield and run top alone. But when you've got Shadow Word and the aggressive nature of Legion just like able to bully supports and safe lane carries, these two heroes picked together are ridiculously strong.
Ten seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining.
But as for a hero that can go maybe 1v2 against this, Axe I think is maybe an option. I don't think you can, like, maybe you can get away with a Weaver or something here. Basically heroes that can either just like, be strong and go stand in the creep wave and annoy the Legion while the Warlock has to zone you out. or something that's escapable enough to, just scurry around the outskirts of the lane and leech experience.
Radiant team pick.
Dusk.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Yeah. Now I'm wondering what exactly they're going to be planning on doing with this, because Legion has been a hero that has been run in multiple lanes, but I'm pretty certain this should be an off-lane Legion with the Tusk or the Warlock. But preferably the Tusk, then you have your Warlock as your safe lane support, helping out whoever's down there. And with Silencer picked up now, is that going to be the mid up against the TA? I mean, very good against Dazzle with the Global Silence. Dazzle in general isn't very good against Legion Commander even, because, if you're graving someone in a duel, they're going to die straight after the duel, pretty much regardless of what you do. While Tusk Snowball is very good at saving people from like Clockwork Cogs, initiations through Hookshot, and they've got the defensive kind of blanket of safety through Global Silence. Vega have some big freaking wombo combos they can pull out.
Life Stealer.
Radiant team ban.
I don't know if I like that. Against the Legion? So it's going to be like Dazzle Lifestealer against Legion Warlock. I'm not sure if it will be Legion Warlock. I think it's more likely to be Legion Tusk or Legion alone and have the Warlock as the safe lane support.
5 seconds
But
remaining.
Vega have so many options with the heroes they've picked in terms of role attribution and lane attribution, where they put people on the map. Whereas PD, it's very, straightforward, right? Lifestealer safe lane, TA mid, Dazzle is that support that can react and TP to lanes when they get in trouble. And then Clockwork is either your offlaner or your roaming support, like we saw in game number 1.
Dire team ban.
The Venge 1 roll.
Dire team pick.
I think Lycan might be your pick also here for Vega. Like, Lycan is an amazing building hitter, but he's also very good against heroes like Leicester and TA, because TA and Lifestealer, their main strengths and the ability to stick on targets comes from their slows, through the trap, through the open wounds. They've got the poison out from Dazzle, and the only stuns they have here are Spirit Breaker, Nether Strike, Charge, Bash, and Clockwork with a hookshot. Lycan could have free reign in a team fight. You want that CK.
10 seconds.
Vega have so many options here.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Like a stun, right? To try and get away from that. With Warcry, it helps out against Dazzle, Lifestealer, Spirit Breaker. He's a good building hitter as well. Sven is like also another good option that adds some like defensive capabilities and will make sure that your safe lane is never going to get punished hard by a roaming Spirit Breaker. But then you worry about the Silencer, maybe. The more and more I think about this, Legion Commander is more and more likely to be just alone in the offlane, I think. Or they commit hard with a Legion commander and make her the one basically, and do, you know, an aggro 2.5 lane with Tusk roaming, and then you have. I want to see where they go in lanes. That's the only thing that I'm like confused about.
Okay. Yeah. A lot of possibilities here on the line. We'll see if the troll is the answer. He's shown time and again to be incredibly strong. You've got a lot of heroes here that can benefit from the ulti as well. So,
his blind from axes are very good against TA and lifestealer when Rage is
10
down.
seconds remaining.
all right, well, ladies and gentlemen, game
5
number 2,
seconds
ProDotA Gaming facing off against Vega Squadron, trying to keep their upper bracket hopes alive. They've already lost in the last game to a hero that I don't believe we even saw in the bans. I could be wrong. Terrorblade wasn't there?
I think TV was banned this game by Vega.
Okay. Well, fair enough, fair enough. We are going to get this one started, though, and I still feel like Vega has proven to be maybe a little bit of the stronger team in my eyes.
This stupid screen.
Team Tower Showdown, right now.
0 versus 0. Fight!
It's the same towers that we saw last time as well, I believe.
Yeah.
So it is ProDotA on the Dire side this time, with Vega taking Radiant.
So Tusk has an aggressive Orb of Venom build already. I like this. It means he's going to try and kill people.
Ooh. Fancy, fancy.
J4. Yeah, it looks like they'll just do the Warlock safe lane and have Legion alone.
Okay. Silencer, in the meantime, is heading out towards the mid. See how this ends up working out for them. Kaiser, in the meantime, they do ping out that is the Legion up at the top. We'll see if that changes any of the ideas behind ProDota's drafting. I have to say also, I really like these wards placement here. Look at the way that they've placed them out for the Radiant. Vision in an area where Spiritbreaker might be charging
30
from.
seconds to battle.
Oh yeah. The whole line across as well. Like, this also preps them if they think the Dire have warded the jungle here, that maybe the Legion goes back to farm when she's got Iron Talon or just a Quelling Blade. Because then Spiritbreaker could charge across into these camps from hidden areas as well.
Yeah. Quite good. Good luck comes out from Milan. And the matchup of the Silencer versus Templar Assassin, you spoke about that a little bit. That seems to be probably one of the lanes that might stay somewhat static, or do you think that Spiritbreaker charges around? Like, he's the main one we need to watch in these early points of the game, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll just see 2v2 for the first minute and a half, where Tusk will try and fight the TA and Silencer will try and fight the Spiritbreaker. Then they'll realize they're fighting the wrong targets and then start hitting creeps, and then it'll just be Spiritbreaker versus the Tusk fighting in a 1v1. This lane is just going to be non-stop punching people for like the first minute.
I like it. It's what you love to see. Milan trying to punch people as well. They got the denies off. Wonderful, wonderful. Tusk is punching Kaiser. A lot of damage coming in early on. They do have a salve, but that's took a lot.
What did I tell you about the punches, dude?
Yeah, it's happening.
The Tusk goes on TA, the Spiritbreaker goes on Silencer, and now this is where they realize they've done the wrong thing. They just popped salves each, and nothing has been lost, nothing has been gained.
What a player. Oh, another wraparound with the shards here, but they just keep on punching each other. Punch, punch, punch. Now Kaiser's out of regen.
There we go.
It's in a little bit of trouble. Lucky Bash, why not? Other lanes do feel to be just somewhat static as well. Afterlife burning through a good bit of regen as well.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of damage to 3-3 at bottom. Troll, Warlock, double range. They've got the healing from Warlock to help the Troll just like continually stand in the middle of a creep wave and throw axes at the clockwork. Legion Commander should be like fine here. Once he gets to like level 4 probably, you'll have one in press the attack to dispel open wounds. Might even go for value point at 3, just to make sure you don't die.
Kaiser needs to do well to keep dodging these ice shards too. They're coming very close to blocking him in fully as Afterlife almost drops there, but Able to stay alive. Hasn't even taken any points and pressed the attack yet, so open wounds could be a problem.
Yeah, I think you take a value point at 3, maybe you hold it for 4. But with a shrine available, it's just so easy to heal back up. Kaiser's nearly dead mid.
Ivan, he is going to be able to get the Fairy Fire off now, and now it's actually going to be G who's taking a lot of damage. Maybe Milan can run him down here. A little bit more movement speed. Ah, he's 5 behind.
He has a charge. He has a charge in 1 second.
He's going to charge for this one, and oh, he gets bombed!
The fog!
He gets onus. All right, now they got him. Milan is out. Now going to charge away, and now they've rotated in onto Sioma. Do they have anything to heal back up? The Spearbreaker is going to die, but they find the kill on the silencer. Great play.
Look at all the punching, Lyrical. Everyone's punching everyone. There's 5 heroes mid. But it's the numbers advantage, right? They're bringing the Dazzle as well, just to clarify that this middle lane does belong to the Dire team.
And
boy.
ProDotA have the capability of doing this because Lifestealer can stand in the lane pretty effectively against the Legion commander. I guess likewise, you could say the same thing for bottom lane. Like Clockwork's not going to be able to deal that well with Troll.
But
so we could have seen Silent rotate.
Yeah, Clockwork isn't doing as well as the Legion, though, I feel. He's got 12 denies, but these are all his cogs.
Afterlife? Yeah, he gets to press the attack off. That value point really important, and does get out.
Radiant's bottom tower.
3-3 just kind of shrugged off a load of initiation there from the Troll and Warlock again. But how many people have Poor Man's Shield in this game? 1 on Legion, 1 on Troll, 1 on Lifestealer, and 1 on Clockwork. PMS, the best item of 2017.
I mean, it didn't get nerfed, really. It got nerfed in that you can no longer buy it at the side shop, but it's still just as good as it was before. We're going to see G chase down again. The Shard's not going to be able to create that separation, but Kaiser's still in a little bit of trouble, and getting punched might end up going down. No, he's going to be silenced, but got the refraction off. Now Milan taking some damage as punches continue to happen.
It's just so insane. Every time they just go at each other 2v2, but the Radiant still have their shrine, something that the Dire do not. Both of their shrines on cooldown currently. So it's a long walk back to base for Milan. He can obviously charge out, but yeah, that's a good set of shards.
Kaiser in some trouble, pops the illusion rune. Still though, taking a lot of damage and stun. Can they burn through the refraction? It looks like it's gonna be enough. As Kaiser is not gonna drop! Alive on 38 HP, and now they chase and turn back around onto Sioma. Where's the batch? Give it to him. This man needs a batch. It's not going to be there.
That Dazzle TP saves the TA. Yeah. Top lane, Afterlife being gone on by Garter and Open Wounds. Press the attack. Okay. It's a stalemate.
He's actually running back in. Come at me. Well, continued very aggressive early game seems to be the name of the game for both of these teams. Also worth noting, 3 ancient stacks on that top ancient camp. You have another one here, which looks to be a double stack of ancients, as well as stacking up both of the other camps as well for Kaiser. This is so much economy going into the way of ProDotA.
Yeah, this is something that you don't see very often, especially to this scale in games anymore. But with the Spearbreaker and the Dazzle kind of being offset from the lanes and not being actively in lane leeching experience, stacking and pulling the lane itself, because of these self-sustaining lanes elsewhere, Kaiser has a lot of bank built up for him, and this is probably going to be one of the biggest turning points in the game. When TA gets this amount of farm from jungle camps and ancients, and you're allowed to give one of your supports to the mid lane to get experience,
top tower is under attack.
It's a big old bonus for you.
And I wonder if it's almost like the formation of a new meta in a certain ways. Legion Commander is getting the pulls off on the camps to deal some damage to the tier 1 tower. This was like for a long time the meta, with heroes like Sven, with heroes like TA as well. And now with the rejuvenation of TA, and even though there is still changes to the way the jungle works, we could see a revitalization in the way that stacks are happening as well.
Bring back Gyrocopter, is that what you're saying?
That ain't gonna happen, but maybe it could. We got Ags. Let's see if it happens. Aloha, first hit bash, poison touch. Where's the other one? 70%, where are you at? They do have Warlock in the area, and Phase Boots will keep him from being blocked in from his creeps as well.
Yeah, nice attempt, but never gonna kill the Troll with a Warlock behind him. There was also that period, though, remember, when the Helm of the Dominator was changed from the items that it had before, and Drow Ranger was still very, very popular. And there was just everyone buying Helm first item on Drow and Sven still, just to get those creeps to stack up camps.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Charge through on the Jew. Tusk in trouble. Sioma snowballs. But will he get out? 3-3 is running down Silent in the meantime, but the blind comes out from the Troll. All he needs to do is keep that damage on to Silent. Almost there. Is he going to get it? No, he's able to salve up and run away, and 3-3 goes down. While the Tusk ended up falling to Milan and J4. This team just gave up on him there.
Yeah, there was a big split there in decision making where the Clock continued going south to chase down the Warlock and thought it was a guaranteed kill. But his two supports were waiting out the snowball up in the north to make sure that the Tusk didn't just escape and run away on 100 HP. So I think the Clock may be a little over-aggressive with his teammates looking to secure the initial kill rather than look for the additional exit kills.
That's 3-3. We've come to expect interesting movement decision-making from him after that last game with his Darkseer. Again, no flame at all. I love the innovation. You love to see that. But sure that they're all on the same page. And at the end of the day, I think it still ends up favoring Vega because they lost the Tusk for the offlaner, but that's how it goes.
Yeah, and they'll keep trying to pressure bot lane as well because the farm disparity between Troll and everyone else is becoming pretty apparent.
And Troll taking a lot of damage. Bash comes in from Milan as well as the Cogs catch and they find that kill, but now Afterlife coming in as well. They're all slowed down by the people, but Afterlife doesn't have enough damage to actually win a duel if they want to go for it. Look at how slow they all are. It's the 2-0 or 0-2-1 build, and the Grave comes out. It's going to keep Spiritbreaker alive through this. Does still have charge, turns to throw his body at them, but cannot find a kill.
I wonder if he had charged mid lane creeps, if he had been able to get away. I have a feeling that he would have been able to escape if he'd been fast enough, but one of those last second panic moments where you just want to charge something as the Grave ends.
There's a chance that the Tusk could have found him since he was wrapping around as well. They might have been able to get that kill, but yeah, regardless, not getting the duel victory is probably the most important part. And Spiritbreaker wanting a little bit of revenge is coming back in as 3-3. We'll be able to find him and probably get the solo kill regardless if his Spiritbreaker was there or not.
And that's really big for them. Because 3-3 was, you know, dragging behind in net worth. He was like 300 or 400 behind the Legion and now is almost on top of the Legion in terms of gold. That's allowed him to catch up really nicely. But the Troll was becoming such a big problem on bot lane, there was no way that just the Clockwork could deal with him. Calling in the extra reinforcements gets you that kill, saves you your tier 1, because that's when Troll is going to be looking to pressure your tier 1 tower. So you've basically pre-defended your bot tier 1, and now you can move back to other lanes to like secure Lifestealer farm, because he still needs his armlet, or make sure that TA keeps the farm that she's been able to gain through the jungle. 4 Radiant heroes are all like grouping up there.
And that's the thing too, is that you need to make sure that you still keep an eye on these stacks. There's not, I don't think, any heroes at this point that could steal them. Do you think that Fatal Bond... Oh, he doesn't have any points in it anyways. I was wondering if you start Fatal Bondsing Ancients or something. That's the play.
And try and kill them slowly.
Exactly. Bottom lane, again, they're on to Afterlife. And they are going to try and chase this, but... Hook shot actually does connect. They have the Cogs as well. G has shown up. The right clicks are going to come in. Afterlife goes for the duel. Is going to be able to be pulled back away. Not going to end up falling. And the charge, it wasn't on to Afterlife. But now they're turning on to Sioma. 3-3 still alive here. Burning down to that Arcane Curse. But should have another Rocket Flare in 1 second. Doesn't matter. Tusk is dead. Maybe he kills off Afterlife. Only 1 point in it. It's not going to be enough. I do not believe, as the heal came out from Silent. And now, J4 forced the TP away. We'll get the Grave out, and 3-3 running down G. They're slowing him down because Kaiser has shown up, and they'll find that kill.
Oh, it's not going to end there. Lyrical, they're going in for more.
Oh my god. Afterlife, in trouble. Can they get it? Kaiser diving. A lot of damage coming in from that overwhelming odds, and Milan might end up paying for it because of it, as he is going to lose his life, but not before Afterlife.
Kaiser wants even more. Lyrical, he wants Silent. Oh, nice dodge on the trap. Warlock, cool. Fast feet.
Silent is a player trying to fog him out and actually gets away. Silent.
There's actually no way he should be allowed to live there. Like, okay, he dodged the trap, but that's like
Are you doing the air quotes?
Yeah, I'm doing the air quotes.
Okay.
Like, that's TA, like mega tunnel visioning and not thinking about alternative paths the Warlock can take. Definitely possible for the TA to find that kill there.
Okay.
Is Troll dead at top?
Oh no! He's getting going on. They got the kill over and over again in Afterlife. I mean, he does a lot of damage, Afterlife does, with the overwhelming odds. But they can't really go back on these two. They're too strong. And you have hookshot up for Fucker. They didn't even have to use hookshot for that.
By the way, I really appreciate that you could understand I was using air quotes by the tone of my voice.
Yeah, no problem. We got it. Yeah, dodge. He dodged the trap.
He dodged the trap, yeah.
Well, it happens. Well, here we go.
I've been in that situation so many times where I'm just like, yeah, he's definitely gonna walk that way, put a trap down, and he just like moves 5 units to the right, and I'm like, shit.
No. You just gotta place it right on the hero, right? Like, easy peasy mode.
Like Sunstrike, sure.
I'll say that in spite of that, the dodges into the fog a couple of times also, good moves by Silent. You know?
Yeah, they were. Like realizing that he'd managed to escape and then utilizing that. Right. Weaving in and out of the trees.
And I think that Silent's been proving that he is a more than competent support player. I don't know if the skill build is something that the team decided on earlier or not, but it's worked out beautifully in this game. You've got a couple of melee heroes that just want to get in and punch people, and that's what this build allows you to do with no great way to take it off for ProDotA or deal with it. I don't know. I like his play. In the Rubik in the last game, you said that he was having struggles before. Do you think that he's maybe overcome a couple of those?
Yeah, I think it was like the first couple of games where we'd seen him on support, where it just felt awkward. It's hard to kind of explain, but his movements were kind of erratic. A couple of his like spell usage when he was playing Rubik and Dazzle were a bit weird, like mistimed. Oh god, that's not mistimed.
Now, well played by 3-3. He's in on top of him. Silent, no great way to heal him as he's already used it, but they can't turn it back around, and here it is, the upheaval bringing down 3-3. No way out from this one, although there is a grave. Maybe enough, but no, with the Tusk there, they'll be able to find one. Ice shards, no mana for it, actually. So Milan will escape. But they could kill off that clock and the Dazzle, and 5 heroes mid yet again for Vega. They are also in a position, they spotted out the Ancients, they might go up there.
See, right there was like a perfect example of what Silent is doing so much better now than he was, you know, even a week or a week and a half ago. Is that the Warlock here is level 5, and more often than not, you send your Warlock to like safe lane to get level 6, but he was prepped and ready behind G to save them in this situation.
And now they go back in, a 3-person charge. Milan gets interrupted though. Now they jump forward, Garter taking out Silent. Maybe they can find more. The Riar is here as well. They're all going to be lined up for all of those side blades, but can they actually get their position? 3-3's right forward. He's going to get a comps onto 2. Great play and 2 gone. Seal with the Slayer is going to fall as well. 4 dead in the river. ProDotA come back strong.
And this is where you wish that your Warlock was level 6 and had the Chaotic offering. Oh man. Silent is so close to it. You know, he went mid to try and defend G from that pretty obvious gank coming in from PD. He helps him kill Cogs. He gets one of the heals out onto the Silencer and they retreat. And then when they turn, I think they probably realized way too late when they're hitting this tier 1 that they don't have Warlock ulti yet. They can't really go into a team fight because PD just all in. They threw everything straight into Vega.
Oh, they're going to contest these right now as well. But already Kaiser's taken down the majority of them. Is going to end up turning back around. They'll steal a couple of these as Kaiser caught in the shards. Rolled down, is going to end up falling here as they got the duel lock. You know, I just want to mention this real quickly. I wonder in that instance where they're all running mid, if somebody turns and right-clicks 3-3 to break his Tranquils, if he doesn't get that huge cogs off. You know what I mean? He had that extra 25 movement speed.
Oh, that would have been a sick play though.
Yeah.
Like that's one of those, oh hey, his Tranquils are active, we must hit him to slow him down. Because so often you're thinking about, okay, if I turn around here to hit, that's gonna, you know, take more time, and I give give 1 life instead of 2 maybe.
Yeah, that's true. Ooh, the shards breaking it out, and they drop the golem as well. Milan snowball saves, so he doesn't get the nether strike off. G drops the global. They can't cast any damn thing, and now they might just end up losing Milan as well. Walrus punch and a G right click to boot. Silent will pay for this, but saving the life of his, I don't know, off laner, I guess mid player actually. Excuse me.
I mean, some amazing shards to begin with to actually split the cogs and push one hero one way and the other the other. Oh, yeah. And get his teammates out of that ramp area. I didn't even realize where Silent was until like the middle of the fight when I realized he's coming from behind PD with the Chaotic Offering and the Upheaval. He was slowing down the two that came through, but Lifestealer just turned on Rage and killed the Golem within like 2.5 seconds. It was dead really quickly. And now Vega don't have two of their big teamfight ultis to rely on. So it's gonna come down to them probably just trying to split the map as thin as they can, but this leaves Afterlife in a really open situation.
Yeah, and they are going to find him as a quick kill there. They're pressuring up top, but over and over again, I feel like Milan is on it. If you compare the two heroes that he's played this series, Spearbreaker much more the style of play where you're okay with him dying like that. You know what I mean? Well, meanwhile, Garter, he's going to get turned upon here. They go on to J4 instead. Wasn't able to get the grade, but still he saves the life of Garter regardless.
Yeah, that was a really nice turn, making sure that you get the Dazzle and you maybe get something more here. No stuns. No stuns.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Ooh. Afterlife is coming in though.
But they can't kill him.
Oh, if he had overwhelming odds off cooldown at that point. Oh my god.
Or his blink, 300 away from it. Wish he has it now.
So, TA just about to finish off her Deso. Both teams have a ton of ability to take Roshan, but also a good bit of team fight that might dissuade them from trying to overstep their bounds. Do you like the idea of trying to sneak a Roshan this game, or is it too risky?
I think it's a bit too risky to just sneak it. I think you have to get 1 or 2 picks and then turn it into Roshan, especially when like tier 1 Radiant is still up.
Yeah.
And tier 1 mid. Like PD need to take towers, while Vega just want to farm and wait for their ultis to come up, which Golem takes 15 seconds, 13 now for that to come off cooldown. So Vega might look for a smoke play and actually run somewhere else. But Milan's already found the Warlock.
Oh, that's great. Ward in the jungle, Milan catches him. He's going to end up having that Golem if he wants to drop it. If people want to come in and try and take this, can he survive long enough? No, it's not going to be there in time. And they've also found the Troll Warlord in the bottom lane. A solo kill coming out for 3-3 as he's chasing down, almost able to kill off the Troll with the creeps. They're there. They need to get some extra little bit of vision, and the Rocket Flare finds the kill. Well done.
Okay. He had no mana. His TP was on cooldown for 15 seconds. The Troll kind of just accepts his fate there. I didn't see how that started. 3-3, I guess, had his blade mail ready and just destroyed the Troll.
Oh. Very nice movement.
Evil Kamba said in chat. You got him.
I mean, you don't really need anything else as a Clockwork, right? Just go it. He doesn't have that damage talent, obviously. But...
It gives you mana regen, it gives you strength. What more do you need?
Well, Steelman might need something else, as he does have 4 heroes on top of him, and with 2 picked off, a DD rune on the TA, It is time to party.
And look at where 3-3 is standing as well. 9 seconds until his hookshot is coming up, but he's got the wraparound back-end loop in onto Vega.
They need to take down the Warlock here. He has his ulti still. The Cogs are going to push him back, and that might keep them further up away. But there's a jump forward. Blade Mail is actually popped this time on the Clockwork. He is going to get the Grave off from the Dazzle to keep him alive for the moment. But ProDotA have far overstepped their bounds, and now they might end up losing 2 off the back of it. Global to follow, and now G, wanting blood, might have stepped too far forward. Now Kaiser's going to be able to run him down. What is going on? Throw on, throw on, throw Milan.
Nice.
He decided he wanted to party, but he didn't end up having enough. So a buyback from the Clockwork to get into here. It is just all confusion and chaos in the Roche pit.
Clockwork felt he was a lot stronger than he was. I think if he just waited by the trees for maybe a second and a half longer, things would have gone perfectly to PD because he would have had hookshot, would have seen the Silencer and the Warlock heading up on the hill, sort of southwest of the Roche pit, back up towards their Ancients. And that's where the fight should have kicked off, but instead, he gets trapped between 2 ramps, Cogs, then chased down by a Blink Dual Legion Commander. From there on out, it was just PD being chased, and Life still got bashed a couple of times by Troll on the retreat out, but it mainly came down to Clockwork feeling that he could just go in on his own.
Yeah. And we still haven't seen all of that much, like... It's crazy, because with the clock buyback, maybe you can say that, you know, Vega can get in a position where... Oh god, Milan cancels his charge. P3 is there though. Oh, he misses the hook shot. He's gonna run into him though. Lifesteal is still here, and they are gonna jump forward. There's a big ulti coming out. Milan able to bring down Silent very low. He is gonna die. The Rio also in trouble. They get the duel onto the Dazzle, who's still staying alive through this. Somehow, some way, gets the grave off. If you can't kill a Dazzle as a Legion commander, something is going wrong. And Sioma will end up finding the kill, but it comes at the cost of his own life. So.
Ooh.
That was not the way that Vega needed to take that fight. They didn't have Golem.
Yeah. And now Roshan still goes to PD. That troll got very, very low in that fight as well, being shredded by Blade Mail block as well as the minus armor from Deso on TA. A troll?
Just finish Roche. Just go get Roche. Just do Roche.
He's buying. Look at the upheaval as well. Lyrical, look, Silent is carrying this team. He slowed the clock and the Lifestealer from chasing down the troll, and the turn is on.
Yeah, and they've got Blade Mail still for Clockwork. He is going to take some bit of damage. The charge through. Afterlife couldn't get the duel off. 3-3's going to TP away in his face. Oh, the play. The charge came through beautifully, and now up to the side, the Rio does end up getting the kill onto Milan, but Kaiser will get out.
I can't believe that. Legion Commander must feel so sad right now, dude. The shards and the cogs in the way, and he just gets pushed back, can't duel. Then the TA standing next to her. Oh, Legion. Oh. But look at how strong Troll is, even pre-BKB. Getting bashes, not dying. The Whirling Axe's blind is super good against the TA and Lifestealer when they have no magic immunity. And you can see TA is now rushing as quickly as possible to get the BKB for herself. But Roshan still stands. And this can only really favor Vega because all of their ultimates are back up. They have this massive wombo combo team fight. They've got a troll who can sit in the pit alone and kill off Roshan. The onus is on PD to go and make something happen and try and make it as chaotic as they possibly can with a charge infest, it looks like.
I mean, I guess the thing though is that when I saw those last couple of fights, it was ProDotA occasionally winning them without even necessarily hitting on all of their ultis. Like, Clockwork missed his hook shot, and they still ended up winning that fight pretty well. Although they are all down bottom, and they're taking Roche right now. Vega Squadron is doing this before they can react. They have to get into position right now. Spearbreak will be able to charge. Maybe it will come in time, but Roche is already so low. The charge comes out, but they're all weaved up now at 3-3. He gets it blocked as well. Rio has the Aegis, and they just walk into hell. The Global comes out as well. They're all taunted up. Can they find that kill? The shards to block him off as well. They have the upheaval silent. Still dropping low, but the Rio, he's on top of all of them. There's a grave, but I think that 3-3 is still going to end up falling here. They have no answer for the troll. Caught in, cogged, and killed off as well. 3 dead for ProDotA, and still Troll holds that Aegis. And now J4, you're next, coming at him and bringing him down low.
I only need one word to describe that team fight. Upheaval.
Yeah.
That freaking spell. Upheaval plus Troll Warlord. No one's going anywhere. They're getting bashed and slowed and dueled and killed. Everything was super tight from Vega, but it comes down to PD making that one mistake. They move down towards bottom, they want to find a pick on someone and then go kill Roshan or kill a tier 1 mid. Try and give themselves, like they wanted to look for the little advantage. And Vega, with the ability just to send Troll and Silencer into the pit and have everyone else standing outside to scout, meant that the team fight was theirs from the get-go. There was almost no way that PD even perfectly execute any kind of entrance into that Roche pit without losing a fair few numbers of their own.
And that was the thing too, was that in so many of those other engagements earlier, it was like Warlock who would get picked off at the start of it and then have to come in and throw like an awkward ulti, but Silent was prepped the whole time, ready to go, and of course the Rio has just been hitting such a strong timing.
Like the timing of it all as well, like there was Snowball, then there was Chaotic Offering, then there was like a 1.5 seconds to wait for the stun, then there was the Global Silence that came out a little bit later. Like it was all staggered really nicely by Vega. And when your TA is like blinking back into a team fight just to kill off a Warlock using Upheaval, you know something's going wrong. Like the TA wasn't focusing on the big targets inside the pit after Roshan died. She actually blinked to the west side and killed off the Warlock to stop him using Upheaval.
God, you can see there too, ProDotA, like, they had a moment where they thought about going on the Troll, but they couldn't get there in time, and they were kind of worried that there were a bunch of other heroes behind him, so they decided not to go for the Spearbreaker charge, and Maybe feeling a little bit afraid that they're throwing this game away at this point. They didn't have ever a huge lead. It was right around 3,000 gold and 4,000 experience, but certainly feeling like they're losing control of it now.
Yeah. Right. That's a tiny lead to have in net worth, though.
Yeah.
3,000 is just like, you know, one team fight, one wipe, and that's your lead gone and maybe swung around the other way. When you have a lineup like this, against a combo lineup like your opponents, you rely so heavily on picks. But if your opponents don't give you picks, like Afterlife there, that's a very risky move, because his, like, Legion's death can turn into much worse things.
Oh god, oh, they're going in for it. Global comes down. They are lucky that they moved out a second earlier, because, oh, Warlock was coming and he had it.
Yeah, I think as soon as Afterlife shows there so aggressively, they feel that the dynamic of what they're doing is changing, and the backstab became more and more sort of prominently noticeable by PD. Maybe they're gonna kill on Vega on G here.
Oh no! I mean, they are still gonna get that kill. They drop the rock, but there's the duel on a life shield. He might actually live through this after the fact, and 3-3 is already gonna TP away. He needs to get into range to get out of there, but with no TP for himself, he is super gone. And now Kaiser ends up finding the kill in the Tusk. So, okay, it ends up working out okay for ProDotA, I think.
This will do nicely.
The funniest thing in the world. Not when you're playing Lifestealer, of course. That feels really bad. I mean, Kaiser is getting pretty stacked now, though, on the TA. Blink, BKB, Deso, done. Can start working towards, you know, your Bloodthorn, or maybe a Hurricane Pike this game for an extra bit of mobility, if you feel that's required. But they still need to find picks. Like, they still desperately need to utilize these two Lifestealer Infest bombs that they've got between Clockwork and Spirit Breaker, and actually try and kill people.
Right. When it feels like they're... Oh, alright. Well, Milan gets out of there. That was close to being a disaster, but we'll manage to escape. Although Troll was running almost as fast as the Spirit Breaker was charging to try and run him down. They kill off the Courier. Now try and kill off Milan. Forced to use another strike to run. Rior isn't done yet. Get over here, buddy. We want to party. They would try and find it, but not going to be able to run down the Spirit Breaker.
Well, that's a good point, actually. It's not just upheaval, it's sigil as well.
Oh, yeah.
Sigil plus upheaval, ridiculous amounts of slow.
Oh, man.
That's why I think Hurricane Pike is probably what the TA needs. It's not what you want to go 30 minutes into the game, you want to go for damage. You want your MKB or your Bloodthorn and things like that. G has been caught, though, by 3-3.
Problem is, you have the rest of the lineup here from Vega Squadron in the area, but it's Force Staff not online for the... Wait, so Hamster did have Hurricane Pike? He already used it. Yeah, he's not going to be able to escape. Maybe Tusk is going to be the one that pays instead. Snowballs are going to connect. Silent doesn't have Rock for another 33, but he had a Force Staff. Might have thought about trying to keep that Tusk alive.
Yeah, I don't understand this move from Vega. That was kind of weird. Like, they've got vision over in that area, but they kind of filtered in one by one. Like, one pair went in, then Silent came, then it turned around.
They also don't have any buyback, and they are down for another 20 seconds with Silent getting charged. They have vision, they know where they're at. 3-3 is there as well. They want to try and chase this. They get vision a little bit further. Hookshot is available. If they can get there from 3-3, thought about it, but doesn't go for it. Instead, they're just going to take the tower back out.
That's really not worth it. Because maybe they lose more here. Afterlife's on the chase.
There's the blink forward. Troll wanting to get aggro. Jumps forward to Garter. Does have no infest available. Bash comes through. They do have a way to break this, though. They drop that rock down onto 3. The global is there as well. And the Rior ends up going down nonetheless to Kaiser. Now the charge through. Silent is in trouble, too, as 3-3 is trying to run him down. Vega might have barely overstepped their bounds. You have buyback on Troll, but you do not want to have to use it. The problem is, though, you might end up losing everybody if you don't. The stun comes through, connects onto 2, and they are going to be able to create some separation for G, but still, you have lifesteal on top of them. That's going to be 2 dead now. And further that Vega has thrown this. Oh my god.
That's the biggest of throws. That is that's a pretty hefty throw right there. Troll going in thinking with BKB he's invulnerable, but one melt strike removes like 45% of his HP with one hit. That's not invulnerability, my friend. Whirling Axe is not working through the BKB of the TA.
And you've already used Rocket. Warlock is still dead for another 20 seconds. They're going high ground right now. You have to burn the glyph. Troll still is not back up for 18 seconds. So you do not want to, like, they already showed they didn't want to do this. They're going to lose a tier 3 tower. What the hell?
This is really rough.
They're going to lose a Rax.
More here with no glyph. They've got a Dazzle behind them, healing them all up, and Lexman Half-Life is going for
what?
Too deep.
No duel! They're not going to be able to catch him! They're still there trying to bring down Guard, but he's still alive now. They're going to kill off Afterlife. He's dead for 70 seconds. Troll jumps into the midst of this. Can they find a kill? The Grave Up to kill one. The Fatal Bonds, it's not going to be enough. Oh, maybe it is to kill off 2. But still, Lifestealer jumps inside one of the creeps. That's 2 for a tier 3 tower and a melee barracks.
That's well worth it. You got buyback on your Dazzle if you really, really, really need to, but he'll be alive long before Vega arrive anywhere near a point of attack. Roshan is up in about a minute or so, a minute and 20 seconds or something. But Garter has finally decided to jump out of his creep and die shortly after.
My God. What a combination of misadventures for Vega Squadron. That was awful. That was awful.
They really, really wanted that Lifestealer kill around the shrine, and you could feel the Troll just going for it because he had BKB and Blink, and you kind of feel invulnerable because there's a Warlock not far away from you, and the Tusk was with him, right? So you just want to get that kill, then see what happens. But the TA, just so much damage with Mel. Like, Kaiser can literally jump onto any target he wants to and obliterate them.
Well, I mean, there's ways that this is still looking like, you know, not all is lost for Vega Squadron, certainly. You've still got the incredibly strong, you know, combination of spells. You have your Silencer building towards Shiva's Guard, which is so valued this game against everything that ProDotA has. And of course, just all these BKB piercing disables for the Lifestealer. The real problem is TA, and with the Butterfly now online, like, Troll is building towards the MKB. If you're ProDotA, do you need to try and force the issue right now before that MKB comes online?
Not necessarily. Like, the next fight is going to happen around Roshan. It's going to be Roshan as the main objective, so you're going to be fighting more around that than you are item times of your opponents. But I like the Butterfly. I was considering Hurricane Pike for, like, mobility, but it doesn't give you that much aggressive power, but Butterfly's a nice mix of the two.
Oh, smoke on smoke action. They jump forward. The shards, they block him off. Clockwork able to walk away from it. Dazzle is going to go down first, but now Kaiser is on top of all these heroes. It's a big old rock, but I don't know if it's going to be enough damage, as you still don't have the 2 cores from ProDotA contained. The Rio are going to drop. They find that kill. They did end up losing 3 now off the back of this Fatal Bonds, doing a hell of a lot of work. They need to get to that shrine ASAP. The heal's starting to come in. Garter is still going to fall regardless. There was just too much damage coming out from the rock and the golem and everything else, and they lose 5.
Silence.
Oh man. Again, show me the Slayer with those ice shards blocking off PD from entering the fight. But the fact was, there was one hero, Lyrical, that managed to get past the shards and filtered into the back end and died immediately. It was the Dazzle. So there was no Weave, no Grave, no Heal, no Solar Crest, which is like a massive thing to not have in your team fight up against Troll and Silencer. And the fact that Vega managed to blow up that Dazzle so quickly, PD caught on the wrong side of the trap, even running to Shrine is just inevitable death coming your way.
Right. It felt like, yeah, the Dazzle getting taken down early, that was awful. I think also, like, the Legion ended up doing the most damage that fight because the combination of Fatal Bonds and then also overwhelming odds. If you catch this onto 5 heroes, it's basically a Laguna ulti in an AoE. It's an absurd amount of damage. Yeah.
Illusion.
Well, the game being tossed back and forth with reckless abandonment. Now it's Roshan time, and if ProDotA want to stop this, they need to go right now. There is no more golem,
And
but
no global.
charge comes through, called off by Milan. Now Sioma has him in their sights. The jump forward, hook shot. Garter turns, they take the Aegis. Garter snatches it, great play. That Hurricane, but push him back and away, and now Sioma's in a little bit of trouble. They're able to take down one That's already going to be 3-3 gone. Can they find any more? The force staff just all over the damn place. But G is dead. And Silence soon to be the same as well. Another good shards. Almost keeps him alive. The Fatal Bonds connection we'll see on the Ancients though. And they're going to end up being able to find that kill. Milan has found Afterlife. They're going to run him down as well. It never is going to end up looking good for Vega, as they are going to be able to chase them and kill them off. Triple kill for Kaiser.
And Garter still has Aegis there. I've got to say, that hook shot in first into the pit, and then the clock force-staffed the troll out of the pit so they could two-man claim the Aegis as the troll and as the clockwork and a lifestealer. That was one of the sickest plays I've seen in a long time. That is game winning right now, because you force the buyback of Legion. Sansa and Warlock don't have for 30 seconds. This is another lane of Rax potentially.
Well, this is a huge problem.
Troll is just running down mid, forcing TPs, and they fought at top as well. They've got the duel win.
But they've got the Rio though, so he is going to be able to control Troll Warlord, so he can't get back home. But they don't actually want to go for this, as they are instead going to focus on killing off the Troll. If they can take him down here, the hook shot it connects. He does still have TP. It's in his backpack though on cooldown. He needs to get it off. He needs to get back home. Is he going to be able to make it happen? It looks like he is. Oh wow, that was it could have gone so much better for Vega or for ProDotA.
That BKB, Whirling Axes blind, blink, and then farm a jungle camp, collect a bounty rune, and then TP. Like he did that so calmly on the Troll Warlord, honestly. What an absolute player. But that definitely could have been better for PD if they'd managed to kill off the Troll there on his retreat from the tier 3. Because they called off their own push at top lane. They didn't shove into tier 3 and Rax because they were so scared of what Troll was doing to their base. And they pretty much just heavily committed for it. Sure, you had the Legion finishing off the Spirit Breaker with the Blade Mail duel that she's got. But PD, I think they're just going to stand with their convictions a little more. Like, if you're making a decision to push high ground with Aegis, then do it. Don't filter back TP to stop a Troll from doing that, because like you said when it was happening, the clock had the Troll controlled and pushed back. Then they TP'd back looking for the kill. But I think if they just did structural damage at top, it would have been much more worth their while.
Yeah, no, totally. And I mean, they are going to be able to push back again for the tier 2, take that, and maybe threaten a little bit of high ground here. But they need to make sure that, you know, they don't overreact to the split push that's coming out. It's good to make sure that you make those movements to defend against it. They're actually going for the big smoke play up towards the second shrine to take that down, see if they can catch anybody in the meantime. But right now, the Rio as well as Afterlife are just hanging out, waiting for somebody to come and contest. They might get caught out here. Nah, they're just going to go circle the shrine. It's the old one.
Yeah, like, if he's the only hero that is caught here, Vega will be very happy.
Yeah, absolutely. Although
Legion.
They got him! Legion ends up getting caught out here. Afterlife goes down. And that's 2 heroes dead for 100 seconds with no buyback.
Yeah, okay. That's might really be bad.
And now they have eyes on the Rio as well?
Like, as soon as your Tusk gets caught there, you blink TP away. That's very greedy from Afterlife, wanting to shove one more wave with overwhelming odds. Like, it's just not worth the risk. Like, you get, you know, like 200 gold or something, but your risk of dying is so much greater than just getting that gold.
No, absolutely. And I mean, maybe you could say that they wanted to try and threaten the tier 2 or, you know, cut the creep wave because they knew that the push was going to come. But regardless, it is too greedy and they end up paying the price for it. Kaiser does have those +7 refraction instances.
And that's a DDTA.
So much damage. So the tower is starting to fall. They have open wounds right now on the G, but they will force them back again. Carter still hitting away onto this tower. They have the upheaval going. The charge comes through, though, immediately breaking it for Silent. Still does have Golem. If he wants to turn and fight, the Rio's there. Starting to deal the damage. They need to drop the ulti. He ends up getting Bashment ulti. He doesn't get it off. Global comes out. They're still able to keep the lifesteal alive. Still running away. They take down the Aegis, but that is all they can claim in 50 seconds with no Warlock. It is feeling like a fool's errand at this point, staying alive as they're going to be able to run him down. Another snowball save. This is going to dive him deeper into this, though. And Kaiser turns to fight, deals a hell of a lot of damage. Can they bring him down low? That is going to be Aloha Dance gone yet again. Buys back immediately, but all your barracks are gone. A lot of damage coming out, but it's not nearly going to be enough. As I do believe ProDotA might have just, well, have they? Okay. We'll throw the game again away. Why not? It's been all the rage so far.
Just lose a couple of heroes on the exit there. They get another full lane of racks and you know, a bit of damage to the shrines and stuff inside the base. But losing a couple of heroes on the retreat there, I don't think that's entirely worth it. It gives a lot of space now for Vega to move across the map, look for kills of their own. And the fact they only use global silence for that means that in 60 seconds they will have like their full arsenal of spells and abilities to just chuck into PD and maybe even look for a tier 3 or high ground attempt of their own.
This is what they're going for. It's the all or nothing push. You know, if they try and go for this, there's a chance that they can make it happen. They want to try and find somebody farming out on a lane, but doesn't look like that's going to happen. Instead, they wait for the creep wave, and it's time to push in. They can do this.
They certainly can. They just have to not get one hero picked off before the fight begins. And that's what 3-3 will be looking for on this clockwork, is the straggler at the back. Oh, good full start.
Oh, nicely done. But doesn't end up picking him off nonetheless. Spearbreaker charging through. They do have Silent in the back. They don't see him here. He's smoked up. Oh, if they can catch this right here, it would be a huge play. Still over
Look at G baiting.
They want it. They might have seen the heal that was there on the Rear, but charge forward. There's the duel immediately. The Golem as well drops down. Snowball forward. Can they do enough damage, though? The Global comes out to follow. There's not going to be a grave. There's not going to be anything. You might end up seeing ProDotA actually end up losing out a couple of heroes here. Milan drops down. They buy back on the Lifestealer, but now they're in trouble. Now they need to run. The chase is going to continue. Hookshot off to the side. Catches Afterlife. He's not going to be able to escape. And it looks like they actually lose Milan again.
But TA?
What?
Oh dear.
Oh no, ProDotA! This is going all wrong. Afterlife ends up taking down the Dazzle. ProDotA, we said it was the Game of Thrones, and we might just see it happen here again. They buy back on the Templar Assassin, but Garter forced to jump out and away. They have the Snowball to chase him down. They buy that kill as well. He's gone for 100 seconds.
TA can't TP. She bought back and has no TP off cooldown. 40 seconds until she would have been able to even get to the shrine. Okay, Garter brought back very early in that fight, but again, he had to do the long kind of walk of shame from Fountain all the way down this mid lane, and where the creeps are meeting now at mid is pretty much where he got to after buying back, and the third skirmish of that fight kind of kicked off, because first it was split around that tier 3 tower, where Chaotic Offering has dropped, the whole main fight begins. But then it spread southeast and like southwest down the lane proper, where a couple of heroes split off from each other, TA peeled off, Silencer was fighting the main fight, but Tusk is doing such a great job at controlling the TA. You know, we talked about the Clockwork and his control of the Troll, but Tusk is able to shard, snowball, and kind of just stand there against the TA, Walrus Punch up, but with the Soul Crest on him, the TA isn't really that threatening.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, I mean, they didn't take Mega Creeps last time they were down here, obviously, but it felt like it was a near certainty that they were going to be able to finish this one off, and I don't know.
Look at the graphs, dude. Just look at the graphs. Look at these freaking swings, honestly. Like there's a 5k swing there, then there's what is that? 13k swing going back down to 5k. It's like an 8k. This is insane. And net worth, I mean experience is like all going to Vega.
I know, and that's the other thing that's so huge about this is the level 25s on these heroes do matter a lot. 700 health on the Tusk. Like what? This hero is insane.
That is insane. Wait, Tusk is level 25 and Silencer isn't?
Yeah, it's the 40% experience gain. I was actually, I was doing some of the research before the Kiev major qualifiers, and I was looking at Wings who kept on picking Tusk, and it was weird because all of their supports had like, you know, average 250 GPM or something, and then average like 250 experience per minute. Tusk was at like average 450.
Yeah. Okay.
It was nuts.
That's pretty. I just realized when you said that talent, I was like, he's not level 25 yet, is he? Yes, he is. Troll isn't even level 25 yet.
Right. Yeah, it's nuts. We do also have another big one is the Spearbreaker minus 40-second respawn talent, which is something that people don't always take a look at, but could be pretty impactful as well in this game.
Yeah, especially as these fights draw out longer and longer. But buybacks become more and more important now, and there are only 2 heroes in this game right now that are called with buyback available, Silencer and Clockwork. 3 of them have it on cooldown between Troll, Lifestealer, and TA. Tusk just doesn't have the money for it, honestly. But yeah, it's either going to come down to like one massive like boiling pot fight that happens around the next showdown in the next minute, or it's going to be both teams waiting out their buybacks and trying to find that one pick that will win them the game. It's like this game has been so like divisive. It's literally been very black and white in what the teams are doing, right? They either they kind of do one thing or the other, and they meet in the middle.
Well, and I think it's...
They literally meet in the middle. This game started with 4 heroes mid punching each other.
That's for sure. It's been a barn burner, that's for sure. And you have interesting things that have come out now too. Like Spirit Breaker has went back for a BKB at this point, just to make sure that he can still get through. But it's still a problem because all of these heroes have great abilities to break through BKB. I think it's much more just about like the global counter initiation, I would imagine. As Afterlife, well, Silence, they jump through, find the hook. Stuff's not able to get into snowball save. All right, they might have solved some of their problems before, and now ProDotA with that pick off. What a fitting end for a game like this.
Suddenly 5v3. Okay, cool. How does that just happen? Like, how do you go and stand in a creep wave outside of your base when the enemy is pushing?
All right, this is the play that they wanted, though. Global down. They charge through, though. Milan has found it. That is to break up Evil. Literally the whole reason for the BKB. Milan jumps through, breaks up Evil. Now they can run where they want to. Kaiser, they get ran down a little bit. The Rio is still strong, hard to deal with. But on the side, you see that Clockwork is just looking for an opening. He still has that Ags upgrade for his hook shot, so they are not going to be able to get a great counterplay. Tried to force stab G below the cliff, but it wasn't quite in time. Now they find the Hex, but it's not going to be enough as G is going to get ran down, right-clicked, and killed. Buyback into the game, but they've already used their Golem. They use Fatal Bonds, they use Global, and I think that ProDotA are going to be pushing this to a game number 3, barring a miracle.
Well, miracles do happen, Lyrical. And if they manage to get any more kills on the retreat out of this... Nah, they're not chasing. Against Mega Creeps, I don't know, they've still got the... They've still got the ability to win the game. The game hasn't actually ended yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know about this. They have no Maelstroms or Battle Furies or anything to clear creep waves. Silencer, does a lot of damage to single targets, but I don't think it'll be faring well against Megas. And now Gart against Aegis, and they have a cheese on the TA.
Yeah. It is a hard path ahead, if there is one even at all. But certainly Vega Squadron are not going to be the ones to give up at this point. Not want to have to drop any games. I mean, you can see the dream at the end of the day. It's still there with the Warlock ulti and everything else. And, getting closer and closer to these level 25s also. They've got him now on the Legion Commander, so -8 seconds on press the attack. Troll Warlord has ended up getting into his, so -7 seconds on Whirling Axis cooldown, down to a 5-second cooldown for that one. The only one that's missing is Warlock, who has that great either magic immunity or armor talent for his golems.
It's just too bad they can't defend all their lanes. There's no talent that says all of your lanes are defended, do not worry. Go and push the enemy base.
Oh.
Like, bot lane is just getting shoved by one wave. Silent can't even deal with this. He's throwing all of his spells to kill a creep wave.
Yeah. It's a tough thing to figure out where the path goes to get there. I guess you also have MKB that's almost done on Troll. Like, I could conceivably see a world where they hold high ground long enough that they can, like, go for one giant push down mid. Like, they have the heroes that can do that.
I can conceivably think of a world in which I'm Bill Gates, but it's not gonna make it happen, dude. It is as close to 0% chance of victory as you can get in video games.
Alright.
I'm sorry, Buttercup, but this just wasn't their ride.
It happens. You know what the real thing is, though? Look, like, Shiva's guard for pushing out creep waves? Yeah, maybe. We got a thing. He's building into a Maelstrom.
He's building Maelstrom. Is the Troll just finishing MKB?
He just finished it.
Oh, he just finished it, and he's going Satanic. Okay.
Like, they can still win a fight. I'll say that. How about that for a thing?
Sure. They can win a fight, yes. I will give you this.
AC
I will allow
done.
it.
AC done. Afterlife.
Okay, the most important thing is Warlock has buyback, so Silent is allowed to die and then buy back and then use ulti, but he's not allowed to die, buy back, and then die again without using ulti, because that's very bad.
Oh, hook, down in front. There's going to be the golem onto all of them. Their fatal bonds as well. The duel is now out onto the TA, but just look at her dismantle. Actually, the blade mill doing it up, but is going to end up winning the devil. Nonetheless, Kaiser takes it, and now with no buyback on that silencer, no buyback on the Legion Commander, and nothing left in the tank. It is going to be ProDotA Gaming pushing this to a game number 3.
Damn. What a mess of a game.
Yeah.
That was so fun to watch, honestly. From the initial brawls at mid lane, the 2v2, to the jumps from like 3-3's clockwork was spectacular this game. I honestly, I couldn't name an MVP out of the 10 players in this match because there were so many like amazing flashy plays and awful flashy mistakes